In this video, we're going to talk about how to figure out whether a function is even, odd, or neither. And the function that we're going to look at for this particular video is f of x equals 2x squared plus x to the fourth plus 1. So notice we're not given a graph, we're given the function in function notation. That is, f of x equals something. So anytime this is the case, you always want to follow the same procedure. You first of all want to evaluate the function f of x at x equals negative x. Or that means you just want to figure out what the f of negative x is equal to. And that really boils down to putting a negative x in the original function everywhere you have an x. And so that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just replacing all of the x's with negative x's. So instead of x to the 4, we'll have negative x to the fourth power plus 1. Now you want to be sure that anytime you have a negative number you're plugging into a function in the place of x, you always want to put that in parentheses because we're squaring negative x and we're raising negative x to the fourth power. So you want to be sure you put that in parentheses because that negative needs to be taken into account. So you can see we just made 2x squared plus x to the 4 plus 1. We changed that out for 2 times negative x squared plus negative x to the 4 plus 1. And now you want to simplify wherever you can. So what we're going to do, we're going to bring the 2 down and then we'll go ahead and square negative x. Anytime you raise a negative number to an even power, it becomes a positive number. That's one way at looking at this. Or you could make negative x the same thing as negative 1 times x, and then you could apply the second power to each of those. Either way, you end up with x squared multiplied by that 2. And for the exact same logic, negative x to the fourth power is just going to be x to the fourth power. And then, of course, nothing's going to change with a plus 1. So now what we've ended up with is 2x squared plus x to the fourth plus 1. And so now whenever we've done everything we can do to simplify this, and whenever you get to this stage of the problem, you want to look at what I have written over here in green. So in green, those are kind of the conditions that you have to satisfy if a function is going to be even, odd, or neither would mean it doesn't satisfy either of those. So testing to see if this function is even, it's going to be an even function if you have the exact same function that you started out with after you placed x with negative x. So that's actually what's going to happen in this case because our original function was 2x squared plus x to the 4 plus 1. And after we evaluated the function at negative x, we ended up with 2x squared plus x to the 4 plus 1. So since these are the exact same thing, this is going to be an even function. So if this is the case, you automatically can say it's not going to be odd and it's not going to be neither because it's always going to be just one of the three. So in this case, the answer is even.